The military regime in Sierra Leone was overthrown by the struggle of the Sierra Leonean people themselves. The Sierra Leone people themselves. I'm not saying this because I'm a Sierra Leonean. I'm saying this because it's true. The workers of Sierra Leone under the Labour Congress called a general strike on, what was it now? The coup was on the 25th. They called a general strike on the 27th, the Tuesday after the coup. The coup was on Sunday. They called a general strike and called on the military to step down and told the workers not to go to work until the military stepped down. Now, I personally, I've been a political activist for almost 20 years. I know my people. I said, this is a good effort, but it can't last more than two weeks to 3 weeks. Because it's the end of the month, the coup happened at the end of May. People were expecting to get paid on the Monday before the coup. And I said, you know, I know how people live in Africa. I know how they live from day to day, turning over penny. And I said, people aren't going to be able to sustain it. I said, it's an excellent effort, but they can't physically be able to sustain it. That strike lasted for 8.5 months. The bulk of Sierra Leoneans did not go to work for 8.5 months until the military was overthrown. They didn't go to work at all. The teachers did not teach. The civil servants did not work. The basic services were kept running. The hospitals and the power station. That was what was kept running. Anything else, the people shut it down. They shut it down because they realized that it was not a question of overthrowing the president by the military. It was a question of the military trying to take away their rights from them, which they had fought for, and they were ready to defend those rights. Not just the workers, the students declared a strike on August 18th. They said they were going to have a massive, peaceful demonstration to call for a return to democracy. Now, I'm getting rather old now. As I get older, I get more cautious. So the day before the demonstration, the planning for the demonstration, we were closely involved in the planning for the demonstration, working with the students, but it was their idea, and they did most of the planning. We gave some support in terms of logistics and advice. And the day before the demonstration, we heard that they were going to put armed troops on the streets with orders to shoot to kill. And I said, guys, I think this is very brave, but I think you better back down a bit now. We're doing some other time. They said no, they were going to go ahead. And they did go ahead. And 12 students were killed on that day. And many of them were mutilated, including members of my organization. And 6 female students, at least 6, were abducted and raped, serially raped, taken to army camps, and sexually abused for periods of over 2 weeks. But the students maintained that they wanted the junta out, and they continued to struggle against the junta. The women were involved in this. The National Movement of Women were involved in the strikes and the boycotts and the marches. So this was the desire of the whole people, and it was from the desire of the whole people. The people united can never be defeated. It was from the desire of the people that ECOMOG and other countries that supported us in the region got the authority to move in.